Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the DC Universe Classics All-Stars Superman action figure set from Mattel. This figure set is part of an All-Stars wave of figures that were released after the end of the DC Universe Classics line. I guess you could say that these All-Stars figures are an unofficial Wave 21 of DC Universe Classics. And this particular set was first available in 2012. And I got the set in 2012 when I purchased this set and the other All-Star sets through a web store called Corner Store Comics. And I ended up paying about $15 to $16 for this set. Taking a look at this figure and the packaging in more detail, you can see this version of Superman is the newer version of Superman as part of the DC Comics relaunch back in 2011 called New 52. And this New 52 version of Superman is pretty interesting. There are, of course, some changes to the classic type Superman. You can see here that the Superman is encased in what was the DC Universe Classics packaging style with the backing card of that line. And down below you can see the Classics and an All-Stars Superman with a nice Superman logo here. On the side we have a logo for Superman there. Pretty cool. And here we have the back of the packaging with a picture of what I think is a prototype version of the Superman figure. And here we have a biography of the character, probably relating to the New 52 universe. And here we have an advertisement for the Matty Collector website. And down below that we have the other figures that are part of the All-Stars wave. And we have Superman, Batman, Red Robin, and Superboy Prime. We'll be right back and have this New 52 Superman out of the packaging. Okay, we have Superman out of the packaging, and this figure turned out quite nice. Based off of photos that I saw before the figure was released, some pre-production photos, I was a bit hesitant. I had some doubts about the figure based off the design, the New 52 design, and the sculpt of the pictures that I saw. But once I had the figure in hand, it actually turned out a lot better. And once I had the figure out of the packaging, it turned out even nicer. And as you can see, this figure does not come with any accessories, not even a collect and connect part for a collect and connect figure. Mainly because the All-Stars was a sort of a sub-wave of figures that was released after the end of the DC Universe Classics line, and really had no collect and connect figure to be included. And for Superman, he really doesn't need accessories, so the figure just basically is released on its own. And taking a look at Superman here in more detail, you can see that this is the New 52 design of Superman, designed by I believe Jim Lee took a part in the redesign of the Superman figure. And you can see it is a bit different, especially the head sculpt, make him look a bit younger, and of course the suit itself. And it's a very interesting design, something that I was initially not too big of a fan of, but have grown to actually like it, and seeing the figure in figure form out of the packaging, it's actually quite neat. And starting off with the head sculpt, you can see it's a very younger looking Superman compared to the, I guess, prior to the New 52. And it's got a younger, I think more slimmer face than the other Superman figures are released in DC Universe Classics. My initial thoughts when I saw the pre-production photographs, I thought the head looked a little pinheadish, a little too small compared to the rest of the body. But once I saw the figure in package, my fears were dampened a bit, and I was a bit happier. And then once I got the figure out of the packaging, I was even more happier. The head actually, it does fit the figure well. I think it's just because of the slimmer face that where I had my doubts. But I think it actually turned out quite nice. And you can also see different hair sculpt for this version of Superman. And I got more sculpt to it with the hair that goes over the forehead there, and it's painted black and has blue highlights, which is typical Mattel. They like to do that with black-haired figures. They like to put that blue highlight in there, and that's evident here. And one thing I have to mention is that there were slight QC problems with this particular figure, in that the flesh over the ear was painted into the hair. But I fixed that. I just got some black paint and just painted that over into the hair area, so it's no longer a problem. So that was just a really minor QC thing here. But you could see the nice design of the face there, younger looking Kal-El there. And another big difference, of course, is the suit design. It's got some design elements that were changed for the new 52. Primarily, he doesn't wear the underoos on the outside anymore. It's basically a bodysuit, so the underoos are gone from this new 52 version of Superman. Also, with this new suit, of course, you have the collar here. Formerly, it was basically like a shirt where the seams would go around the base of the neck, but now the new 52 Superman has a collared suit, and that's actually sculpted. It's not simply painted on there. There's actually part of the sculpt, this red trim here, is raised right on the edges of the top of the suit there, so that's kind of cool. And also, speaking of raised sculpting, the S shield is a nice sculpted and is raised above the suit itself, which is very, very cool. I like that, and adds a bit of depth on there. And of course, you got the red and yellow paint on the S shield, which is done quite nicely. I like it very much. And also on the changes on the suit, you have to really look, but there's a lining throughout the suit now. You can see the S insignia, I guess part of the suit there. And that's sculpted into the suit there, and there's more lining along here on the forearms, and kind of hard to see on the video, but there is more lining on the torso areas right here, especially above the belt, in the abdomen area. So that's interesting, and it runs throughout the suit, even into the legs on there. So that's kind of interesting. Also, another change, you have this little overhang going over a portion of Superman's hand there, and that's actually sculpted and not painted on there, so that's kind of cool. It's actually sculpted and painted, but that's very nice on there. And also you have the the belt line here, which I thought was going to be a QC issue because it looked in the packaging a bit misaligned. It was off to Superman's left a little bit, like that. But once I got the figure out of the packaging, I noticed this area around the lower torso here hangs over it, and it's actually maneuverable. You can actually adjust that so it lines up dead center on there, so that's kind of cool. So that really isn't a QC problem there. But you can see the belt is actually sculpted The red portions here are raised above this blue portion above the belt, and it's all one piece going over the lower abdomen here. So pretty neat design for this belt area here. And going down to the leggings, it's your typical leggings for Superman here, but with the lining along the legs. And the boots even have a redesign, which is nice. And this is sculpted and not just simply painted on, but sculpted and painted. And you can see that these boots look more armored compared to the previous Superman designed boots. And you can see some sculpting detail along the boots there. One thing I had on my particular figure, you can see the ankle joint here was a bit bent outwards on there. It's not that big a deal to me. I initially thought it would provide problems with the foot, but as you can see, it articulates okay, so it's not too big an issue. Maybe I might heat it up and push it back into place there, but it's not that big a problem. The cape here is your typical Superman cape, just like the DC Universe Classics version, a little thick, a little starchy on there, and the logo design, the S shield design, is painted in black there, and looks a little too simple. Like, maybe it's because I'm just spoiled by this nice design on the chest, but it looks much cheaper cheaply applied onto the figure there, and just stands out a little bit. So, but overall, it's a really nice design, a design that I've grown into. Like I said, initially I wasn't too enthusiastic about it, but I've grown to like it very much. Now, going over articulation, the head on this Superman can go all the way around, and can go up slightly and downwards. So you got this clicking positions here, and can go tilt side to side. I don't know if that was intended or not, but it can angle just slightly a little bit on there. The arms can go all the way around at the shoulder. There's a little bit of impeding on the cape there, but not too much. You can still get the arm all the way around at the shoulders. And the arm can go out and in. And the arms can go all the way around at the bicep. And the elbows do bend on a single hinge joint there. And the hands can go all the way around at the wrist. And they designed it so that the red seam on the suit is on the hand area. So that's kind of cool on there. Nice design work there. And the torso can bend slightly downwards. Unfortunately, not that much downward motion. And up and slightly back, but the cape impedes a little bit of that posability there. So your range of movement is not that great on the torso area. Would have been nice to have a greater range there. The torso at the waist can go all the way around. And the legs are on the typical DC Universe Classics joints. And even though the belt here hangs a little bit lower, the leg can still go upwards, down, and back, as well as out to the side. And the thighs can go all the way around on a swivel cut here, just above the knee. And the legs do bend at the knee on a single joint, about that far back and this much forward. And the feet can bend downwards at the ankle this much and go upwards about that much. So overall, it's pretty much your typical DC Universe Classics designs with some remolding for this version of Superman, the new 52 Superman. And it's actually turned out quite well, a lot better than I was expecting it to be. But this is my casual peek into the DC Universe Classics All-Stars Superman. thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.